Hari Om. Jai Shri Radhe Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Chapter number 2, Shloka number 59. viṣhayā vinivartante nirāhārasya dehinaḥ rasa-varjaṁ raso pyasya paraṁ dṛiṣhṭvā nivartate. Supreme Lord Shri Krishna says, aspirants may restrain their senses from the objects of enjoyment, but the taste for the sense objects remain. However, even this taste ceases for those who realizes the Supreme. Vinivartante, to draw away from or to stay away from viṣhayā, sense objects, are like nirāhārasya dehinaḥ. That is, like denying food to the conditional soul, because these sense objects are like food to the soul. Here, the taste towards a sense object is established due to the interaction with them through the sense organs, of course, using the mind and intellect. The perception of happy state of mind is attributed to the sense object, and thus a permanent relationship is established. This permanent relationship is what is called craving. Looking at drug addicts, we can understand what starts off as a harmless try and just for fun turns into a life-changing burden where the person becomes permanently destroyed. Primary reason here is the perception that it is the source of happiness. Associating the sense objects for the source of happiness is what is causing the problem, and the constancy of this association is what has turned into craving. Yes, for the addict, drugs may seem irresistible, but just because something is irresistible does not make it essential. Essential is that without which we cannot survive. So food, water, sleep, these are things without which we cannot survive. But nobody needs drugs, alcohol or cigarettes for survival. So there is a difference between the subjective feeling of necessity and the objective fact of necessity. When the same drug addict, alcoholic or smoker undergoes therapy and gets cured, that time he understands that he does not need all these. When one becomes purified from that craving, from that feeling of necessity, he realizes he does not need all these. Here Sri Krishna says, these states of dispassion are temporary, for the seed of desire remains within the mind. What is this seed of desire? It is the intrinsic nature of the soul for the divine bliss of God, of whom it is a tiny fragment. Shri Krishna is explaining the difference between our abstention and inner renunciation. When the senses are fully engaged in higher taste, not for the purpose of personal gratification, but for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord, one naturally develops dispassion towards the lower sensual pleasures. This detachment that comes through devotion is firm and unshakable, paraṁ dṛiṣhṭvā nivartate. Dṛiṣhṭvā is with respect to vision, and paraṁ is transcendental or higher. So with a higher vision or higher perception, transcendental happiness is achieved, which is beyond the senses. Nivartate means one gives it up and no longer wants lower sensual pleasures. Bhagavad Gita offers the beautiful path of reduction of passions by directing them towards God rather than a dry negation of passions. The joy of realization is limitless. All finite things lose their appeal when compared to the infinite. Hari Om. Jai Shri Radhe Krishna.